Now, about this ending.
I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood. Today, is one of the worst days that I've had in a long time.
This is bullshit. I hated this. How's it going, everybody? My name is Seth, and I have a few opinions on this new game called Cyberpunk 2077. It's a little bit late to be bringing out a review on this, but I just want to share a few points. Before we get started, this is just a random guy's opinions on the internet, so feel free to give any comments how you felt about the game. This is going to be a spoiler warning. I'm going to go over a lot of details. I might even spoil a few other games in this, so who knows. Because, yeah, just the examples that I give. But start off with initial impressions. I really like the game. I know a lot of people have the right to be upset with this, especially past-gen users now. Even on my hardware, on my computer, it is laggy in areas, but I've kind of come to be okay with that at some points. When this game first came out, or even back to like before it came out, I was asked a lot about what my impressions, like what I thought about the game, like what do you think, what are your thoughts about Cyberpunk 2077, and I honestly didn't care about the game at all. I didn't keep up with the hype of it. I think people just assumed that I was kind of a super fan follower of the Cyberpunk series because I was playing other CD Projekt Red games, like I was playing the Witcher series for a long time, and I think that's where the question was brought up. I downloaded the game a day after launch instead of the game at launch because I actually wasn't even paying attention to the game when it launched, so I got the bugs and performance issues like everybody else. I guess we'll move on to companions. I only had a few. Yeah, I don't really have that many talking points. I'm kind of just speaking raw here. Now, normally I'm not one to simp on girls, but probably the gaming community's newest crush, Panam Palmer. I would go to the Reddit page on Cyberpunk and half the posts are her, so. Now, I was a part of the Judy gang for a while, and Claire was kind of cool too, but then she ended up being a psycho, but more on that later. But then Panam took out a fucking homing launcher, and that was a wrap. I knew she was the one, so. Also, my V was male, so I couldn't romance Judy if I wanted to. Somebody on Reddit said that when you first meet Panam, when she's fixing her car, it's exactly like Megan Fox. It reminds you of Megan Fox in 2007 Transformers. And I couldn't agree more. And maybe that's more like where the crush came from, because yeah, I just felt like I felt exactly like Sam Witwicky. Obviously, she was my romance option, along with the other 98% of people probably who played as a male character. So yeah, great work with the women in this game, CD Projekt. Even though that night vision sex scene is probably one of the weirdest things I've seen in my life. Now, about this ending.
You had to kill him. The boy cries, you sweat her of tears, and you kill him. How are you gonna live with yourself?
I've had a number of days to calm down about this, but it's still just getting at me. And I don't know what it like. Maybe this is just me being a baby about it, but I just want one happy ending where V survives. I haven't cried at a video game in so long. The last time I cried at a video game was 2014 in Walking Dead Season 2, and this is where another spoiler comes in, but it's a 6-year-old game, so I don't really care that much. Walking Dead 2, and there were multiple endings to that. In Walking Dead 2, Kenny leaves Clementine at Wellington. That was probably last time I cried. I broke out in tears. Red Dead 2, that would have happened if I played blind, I guarantee you, but I watched it in 2018 with Uber Hexer Nova, no less, so he was making jokes about it. So I would have cried there probably if I had played it blind. I obviously, before this, I was raving about Panam. I got the Panam Nomad ending, which honestly to me was probably the best ending. I just wish he fucking survived. Like, why? Yeah, I got the Panam Nomad ending. I think it was the perfect ending for my character because I was actually a nomad lifestyle, and it just seems kind of perfect to go full circle Just being a nomad in the beginning, ripping off your patch, just leaving the gang, and then joining another family, and then just going to leave Night City and go to Arizona. And it's also not bad because I got to ride off on a flying tank with a hot girl, so that was cool. The soundtrack in this game is just masterfully done. The score, some of the stuff on the radio, more or less the score. Just imagine, I think that's one of the reasons that I got so choked up too in the Mikoshi and the ending scene, is just imagine these scenes without music.
Goodbye, me. And never stop fighting.
Perfect. All great, Panam. We're going home.
My thoughts on this ending, like in all endings, I just couldn't believe that after all that journey, that the damage on V's body was beyond saving for Alt Cunningham. And I mean, we can speculate all we want about, like, if you got the Panam ending, that you find a cure in Arizona or something, but we'll never know that. Like, it'll never be canon. So, and maybe that's just being a pessimist again. I just remember my stomach dropped when I got that news from Alt that my body was basically denying my engram. And I stopped the game right when she said that, and the music picked up, and I knew something was wrong. So I just stopped the game and I searched. I shouldn't have done that, but I searched just to see where I went wrong. But I didn't go wrong. Like, I did everything right, apparently. I did all the important side quests with the characters, with the romanceable characters. Even ones that I couldn't romance as a male. Like, I did Rivers, I did who else? Judy. Anyway, but it was just a disappointment to hear that, and dude, I don't know if I would say I was bawling, but there were definitely tears, and yeah, my throat was lumpy. It sucked. Like, I went to bed angry. And sad. It wasn't happy tears, it was sad tears. And then they have the audacity after the credits to put me back at the last game save where you meet Hanako at Embers, and then every time you complete a mission, it goes back to that main story mission. Like, meet Hanako at Embers, meet Hanako at Embers, meet Hanako at Embers. Like, I'm never going back there until I do everything in the game, and 100%, I probably will play the ending again. But I didn't like this ending. And you guys can tell me, like, what's your thoughts are now. I don't know how you do DLC for this game now, because it would have to be during the story. Everything would have to take place during the story, like when the story is still active. Because there is no I doubt they're gonna make a whole new DLC for Arizona, because not everybody got the Panam ending. Not everybody can get the Panam ending. If you were a street kid or a nomad, I would choose. I think Panam ending is probably the most realistic, most canon, most likely to be canon. If you were a corpo, I would say the Rogue and Johnny ending, just because you go on to be, you know, the owner of the Afterlife bar, and you end up being a legend in Night City. But bad thing is, I mean, for those of you who did romance Panam in that ending, I mean, get to see her in the shower one last time, but that's all you see. So she leaves you after that. So I would not have liked that ending. I probably would have cried more. No, Panam, please. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, this game, I mean, I don't know. I still am trying to figure out why I cared so much about this character. Maybe it was because it was basically me. It was my character. Like, I know, like, V is his own person, but you got to customize him and everything. So he's basically you, when you think about it, because that's how I make all my characters. There was limited customization to this game, with the face making it, face molding and everything. You could like change the jaw and the eyes and everything and your facial hair, but you couldn't really do much else. So I think like V has nowhere near as much character development as I would say like Arthur Morgan in Red Dead 2, but he's still, I don't know. I think it's just the relationships that you build in this game with companions, or whatever you would call them in this game. Just like River, you just build friendships with these people, and then you get so attached to those people, like Panam, Judy. I keep bringing up those two. That Claire, even though she ended up being a bitch. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like V just wasn't ready to die, man, and I can't back that. I can't back every single ending, him not being able to, and maybe there's some sense to like, why is V's engram being like an intruder, but Johnny's engram can just take over the body whenever he wants? Has he just been like in his brain so long that the body has become used to Johnny's engram, and like now they treat V as the intruder? Maybe there's some sense to it, but I don't understand how, you know, V can be an intruder in his own body, but it recognizes Johnny. So fucking cyberware screwing up everything. I'll probably have some more I probably left a ton of stuff out, and I'll think of stuff to put in when I'm like editing this. But if you guys have any other questions or any other thoughts on this game, I finished it almost a week ago, so I've had time to reminisce on this and think. But overall, great game. I'm still enjoying it. I'm not 100% on the game yet. I will probably be going towards that in the coming days in this Christmas break. So, Merry Christmas. This is recorded on Christmas Day I'll just say it's late at night. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I haven't done a video in a while. And if before we go, if you guys haven't yet, make sure to follow me on Twitch, because I will be streaming. I'm mostly streaming games like this. I'm either streaming open world games like Cyberpunk or Witcher or Red Dead. So that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.